Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good morning to one and all. I thank everybody for viewing my previous lectures, but I would like all of you to subscribe, share and comment and like the channel also, and please share it with everyone so that everyone can view it, share it, like it, comment on it. Now let's get back to the social science 2, that's geography, chapter 6, population. We have finished with the population and density of population of India and that of the country of Brazil. Now we move on to the population composition of different types. We have sex ratio, we have age and sex pyramid, then you have population growth rate, life expectancy, and finally we have the literacy rate. Today we are in with sex ratio, and the graph on page number 40 will tell you about the sex ratio. Now sex ratio means what? Sex ratio means the number of people counted on number of females, actually take it, number of females on the number of 1000 males. 1000 male is a limit line, and how many females fit into that 1000 male line is your calculation of your sex ratio. Sex ratio means the number of females per 1000 males in a particular region, particular taluka, particular district, particular state, particular nation, in that way. And obviously all these things are done every 10 years. That is done according to the census also, and census means calculation done every 10 years. Decade also means 10 years. If you look at the figure 6.3, page number 40, the graph telling you sex ratio, the above graph is showing you the sex ratio of Brazil, the lower graph is telling you the sex ratio of India, and the year is given on your x-axis, the number of people is given to you on your y-axis. Brazil, we are starting with 1961, according to the census of 1961 in both the countries. It was just below 940 in India, and it was more than 1010 people, 10 females per 1000 males in Brazil. That means the ratio of females were more than that the ratio of males in Brazil, and in India it was vice versa. It was 930 something in India, and in 1971 it had a slight dip. In India it went up to 923 per 1000 males, and in Brazil it was yet above 1010 females per 1000 males. Again in Brazil the ratio was more of females than of females in India. Then in 81, both again in 81 it did increase, but yet the sex ratio of females was less than the sex ratio of males in India. Then again in 1991, yet in Brazil the ratio was always more. From 1961 census, the sex ratio of females are always more than 1000 males all the way around, and in India it is vice versa. The female ratio is much less than the male ratio according to number of females per 1000 male. India is always less than 1000 from 1961, 71, 81, 91, 2001 and 2011, the latest census. Now we are running into the next census is 2021, yet the calculation is on, and it will take another 1 year to update the complete status. Statistics will be given to us by the end of 2021. But in the country of Brazil, if you check it out, 2001 has a ratio of 1020 females per 1000 males. That means 20 females are more than males in the country of Brazil. And again in 2001 to 2011 it has shot up to a great extent from 1010 to 1070. That means the female ratio of Brazil has increased by 60 females extra or more than 1000 males according to the Brazilian census in 2011. Sex ratio of Brazil has always been more than 1000 since decades. Since decades means the previous 10, 20, 30 years. One decade is equal to 10 years. In that way. And the female ratio, on the other hand, in India, it is always vice versa. The female ratio is less than the 1000 males. In that way, consider sex ratio in Brazil, the number of women have considerably increased than men since 2001. That means from 2001 it has increased much more, from 1020 to 1070 females per 1000 males. That means there were 70 more females more than the males according to the sex ratio. In India, men outnumber women. Obviously, men are more in India than females. If you check out the graph from 1961 to right up to 2011, in the previous 5 decades, the ratio of men has always outnumbered the female. That means the females have always been less than the number of males in India. Even though various types of jagrans have taken place, save the girl child, save girl, teach girl, so on and so forth, yet the problem is yet with the Indian people, where men are outnumbering the females all the way around, from according to our calculation from 1961 right up to the current year, that is up to the current census, not year, that is 2011. Now in the next census, that's the 2021 census, let's see what will be the sex ratio according to the regions of India. What does the graph show? This graph shows the sex ratio of Brazil and India. What is sex ratio? Sex ratio means the number of females per 1000 males in a particular region. It is evident. Evident means proof from the graph that the number of women in Brazil have always been more than the men, while in India they have never been more than men. That means Brazil has females more than men in the sex ratio form in Brazil, whereas India has more of men and less females in the sex ratio, in that way. Now we move on to the next topic, that is age and sex pyramid. Is showing you, if you look at you have to look at the graph in a two-dimensional method, because it's showing you two things at the same time. One is age and sex pyramid, page number 41, graph number 6.4, showing you age and sex pyramid of Brazil according to 2016 and India 2016, where your x-axis is showing you the percentage population and your y-axis is telling you the age group of that particular male and female. The red is the female part, the blue is the male part. Your y-axis is telling you the age group from 0 to 4, 5 to 9, 10 to 15, so on and so forth. And your x-axis is showing you 0 to 2, 0.2, 2.0, 4.0 and 6.0. Obviously it's not gone up to 6.0, it has gone up to approximately 5, not more than that in India and as well as in Brazil, not that way, no. So if you look at the graph, you can study it very well and slowly and steadily. This graph looks different. Obviously it is different. It is showing you age and sex pyramid both on the x and y axis, and it is done on a two-dimensional basis. Yes, this graph shows age and sex of population. It is known as a population pyramid. What is it used for? It is used to study the age and sex related to aspects of a region population. Obviously at the same time you can find out how many females are there in that particular age group, how many males are there in that particular age group according to the particular percentage of population given according to the year 2016 in India as well as in Brazil. Does that mean that we can know the number or percentage of various age groups of males and females in our country? Obviously, you can know both the males and females population age-wise, not only male and female, but you can calculate the age-wise also how many males and how many females are there in that particular country. Yes, of course, this helps us to know the proportion of children, youth and the old people in our country. The age group is given to you on your y-axis: 0 to 4, 5 to 9, 10 to 14, 15 to 19, 20 to 24, 25 to 29, and so on and so forth, right up to 99 it is given to you in both the countries, India and Brazil. In this pyramid we can see that the number of young people is more in both the countries, but the proportion of children is more in India, while proportion of people in the age of group than above 80 years in India is more in Brazil. That means India has a working population from the minor age of 18 right up to the age of 60, but yet in India people keep working even after the age of 80 up to the age of 60 to up to the age of 80 also. But in Brazil it is not in that manner. In Brazil having a very less population or meager population of 19 crores, and India having 130 crores plus, obviously the sex ratio will show you vast variation. India has more population from the age group of 0 to 4, 5, 6 up to the age of 40. It is good population, whereas Brazil has less in the age group of 0 to 4 to 9 in that way, and a good working population is from 20 to 54, and India is also same way, 20 right up to 60, where the working population in that way. So according to if you look at the graph properly, if you look at the graphs in a scrutinizing manner, you can see both the graph, sex ratios on page number 40 and age and sex pyramid on page number 41. The graph is very easy to understand if you read through your textbook and refer to any of your reference books you have, and you can yet refer to Phonics Educate from YouTube, and you will get benefits of it, whereas I am available 24/7 and 365 days a year, and whatever you can ask me on WhatsApp or call me or give me missed call also, I shall answer to your calls, not that no, as long as you are talking to me related to the subject matter, educative matter, rather than not talking to me of any other things in that way. I hope you have understood. If you have any doubts, any queries, any problems, you are most welcome to talk to me, chat with me. Thank you. Jazakallah.